Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic, and this is where I bring you the sacred mission for this week, the astrological forecast for the 27th of April until the 3rd of May, to bring light, love, and spirit back on Earth. And so, Sun came conjunct Uranus yesterday in Taurus, and like I said, this is the reset in the nervous system. This is the new Earth, and we're going to be having the first square on Thursday, and this is going to be a key day. So, you know, I have to let's keep this short. We have a focus on Venus in Gemini, and its polarity point Sagittarius is going to be important. Neptune is in the play, so this is confusion. This is a week of chaos, confusion, delusion, people not knowing it. But on the other hand, the flip side is always a lot of creativity, a lot of inspiration, a lot of spiritual insights. Why is that? Okay, so Sun in Taurus wants to be private, wants to be sensual, is focused on the values, but we've got Uranus there shaking things up. Mercury, the mind, ruled by Gemini, is going to come into Taurus as we speak, and this is going to create a more fixated mind. It's going to want to put things into form. The idea, the concepts, it's going to want to build. It's going to want to feel it. That what it's thinking, it's going to want to feel it. And Venus is in Gemini, and it's got a lot of opinions, it's got a lot of judgments, it wants to evolve, and it wants to understand itself. It wants to understand, like, who am I? And why am I doing what I'm doing? But this is a search for love. And we got Pluto retrograde, which is going to bring up so much unconscious fear about the last 6 months. And this fear is around business, it's around authority, it's about manipulation of the government, of the people, whatever, right? It brings up the unconscious material, looking at our shadow side. So Venus and Gemini is finding a lot of shit out. It doesn't want to, it doesn't want. And especially because of on Thursday, there's a semi-square over to the moon in Leo, which is squaring the sun in Taurus, which is also semi-squaring Neptune. Mercury is semi-squaring Neptune, and then also the moon is having a hard aspect to Neptune, and so there's just so much shit going on with Neptune in the mix. And so this is all about surrender. This is about you can't figure it out, but this is going to create a lot of spiritual insights, a lot of insights. And Venus in Gemini says, fuck, of course, makes sense. But you don't want to see it. You're not going to want to see it. There will be people who are just like, yeah, but that's bullshit because blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot of disbelief. And even if the facts are there, and even if there's going to be a beautiful invitation, downloads, insights, as in this is what you need to do in order to establish the new Earth, and there's clear communication about source, from source, these are your steps, this is what you need to do, and go ahead and do this and that. But it's just fuck, what the fuck? That's bullshit. Who would even believe that? And so this is truly, really to surrender, to believe, to even in the most difficult times, know that the most impossible is possible, and that you can create. And where is that focus got to be on? It's especially at the end of the week when moon is in Virgo. This is about, the full moon in Virgo, by the way, of 2 months ago, was all about It was all about the COVID-19. It was all about health and about taking care of your body and all that. That's when the COVID-19 came out, right? Really bursted open. And so that moon in Virgo now, exactly up, is it exact? Yeah, well, of course, exactly opposite Neptune, but it is exact square, tri-square with Venus in Gemini. And so all these facts that are coming out, all these things that are, being found out, and even the opinions, and people with so much opinions, and people with so much judgment, and defending their belief, right? And knowing what needs to be right, and wanting to figure it out even more, and investigating, doing research. And Neptune is saying this doesn't fucking matter. What you need to do is opposite point, Sagittarius, explore, define, find new ways of working together, create a new philosophy, a new earth philosophy, create a new earth where you find common ground and where you can have hope together, optimism together. That's where we should be focusing upon, on exploring, cosmology, the laws of nature, and to ground ourselves in that instead of in opinions and of the facts that are happening right now that actually don't matter that much. It's about what do we already have, and how can we create a better future from this. And so that first square of the moon in Leo is going to be important because it's squaring obviously the sun in Taurus, and that new moon in Taurus was all about a new earth. And moon in Leo is about your leadership. It's about showing your authentic self. Can you be honest? Can you be truthful? Can you have, the power to step up? And with a hard aspect to Neptune, this is like people playing God. This is overly subjective. And, with Mercury in Taurus squaring that too, it's just like my beliefs and what I believe is true. And this is what I'm going to do. And it's just so much stubbornness this week. And it's like, but no, like people so blinded. It's like, why are you doing that? Come on, can't you fucking see it? It's just like that. So, I think that's the key thing to do. And we're going to just keep it at that. And looking for a bright new future, stepping into your leadership, moon in Leo, which is going to drop a lot of masks. It's going to drop the masks of people. With a square over to Uranus, it's just people in blinded. It's like, I know what I'm doing. I'm God. It's just gone. They're just gonna find out they're not God. They're just gonna find out they need to do other stuff. And if there's one thing you can really find out this week, it's truly because of that spiritual insight, because of that listening, because of that surrendering, you're gonna get downloads on what you need to do in order to step up, in order to fight for truth, in order to, what is your authentic leadership gonna be like? You're gonna receive like steps to download. It's like this, that, this, and you just gotta be, okay, I will my will to divine will, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna trust source. I'm just an expression, a vessel for source, and that's it. And I need to accept that. I don't have any laws to oppose on my body or on whatever, my environment. All is God. All is the tomb. Uaho, however you want to call it, right? And these are hard lessons that we need to learn. So, good luck this week. Much love. This must be one of the the shortest versions ever, but I think it's just gotta be there. That message gotta be there. Much love, Leo Mystic. Peace.